Hello and welcome. So there's a question that I'm sometimes asked, and I'll tell you, it really came home to me the other day. I was at I had never attended a Chamber of Commerce event before, and I decided to go, and I was really glad I did. I enjoyed meeting the people there. They are professionals. They were dedicated. They were amazing. So it was a wonderful event, and if you ever have an opportunity, I don't know where you live, this broadcast could go anywhere, but you probably have a local community of business people wherever you are. I would urge you to get involved, get out there, meet people, shake hands. At this particular event, as in most of these types of events, you know, we sat around a round table. There was a smaller group. There were many tables, so there were a lot of people there. But the folks I was sitting with, and you've probably had this experience, right? You're at a dinner party, wherever you happen to be, if you're meeting people for the first time, they have a couple of questions right off the bat. What's your name? What do you do? What do you do? Well, on this side of me, there was a financial planner. Next to him was a financial planner. Right here was a commercial banker. Right here was a woman who owned her own real estate company, and over here was a lawyer. I'm a mentalist. I'm a mentalist. So it occurs to me that you might be wondering, why mentalism? If you're looking to bring someone in for your event, why would you hire a mentalist as opposed to a speaker, a motivational speaker, a speaker in a specific topic area, maybe another type of performer, maybe a magician. And there are some things that I think are valuable that are specific to mentalism, but let's just start out with entertainment and the value of an entertainer as opposed to a teacher, say. Teachers can be entertaining. Teachers, in fact, they should be. But not every teacher is. Not everyone is brought up or bred to think in terms of entertaining and what is entertainment value. Not everyone is a showman. Not everyone has to be. But if you are planning an event and you need that event to be special, you might want to think about someone who has experience and background in the entertainment arts, in the performing arts. Let me share it with you this way. During the Great Depression, there were a few businesses, there were a few areas of business that prospered. While everyone else was suffering, they were prospering. And the entertainment arts is one of those businesses. Now, whether it's the movies or whether it's live theater, both were doing quite well during the Great Depression. So you have to wonder, why would people who struggle to afford a loaf of bread go to the theater or go to the movie house and lay down that hard-earned money to watch a movie or watch an entertainer? Why would they do that? And by the way, during that period of time, when arguably the entire country was suffering, during that period of time, the golden age of magic was thriving. Magic was thriving. The big show would come to town and people would stand in line to get in the door. Mentalists were thriving during this time. Mind readers, all kinds of acts were doing incredibly well during the Great Depression. Why? Why? You probably have your own answer. You can probably come up with a few answers, but I'd like to offer you 4. Number 1, it provides us with a source of hope. Hope. We all need hope. For a moment in time, when you're there in the theater, and I've mentioned this in another video, I want to mention it again. Live theater is so important. When you sit and you watch a movie, you're watching something that was assembled by a group of people. It's art. It's wonderful. I love the movies. But when you go to the theater, you're interacting with a human being. There's a sharing that takes place that doesn't take place in any other way. And so live theater is important. And The performance of magic, the performance of mentalism has a way of offering us hope that maybe there's something more, that maybe there's something bigger. And it takes us out of our human suffering, if only for an hour. But it gives us that reprieve, that opportunity to just stop and wonder. And that is bliss. What is that worth? It was worth more to some people than a loaf of bread that week that they needed to eat. That's what it's worth. Number 2, it's a source of joy. Doug Henning, one of my favorite magicians of all time, Doug Henning said, and this is why I have these notes in front of me, because I don't want to get these quotes wrong. I want to get them right. Doug Henning said, "The art of a magician is to create wonder. If we live with a sense of wonder, our lives will be filled with joy." Joy. And I've seen that, folks. I've done magic since I was 8 years old. I started performing, I started getting paid when I was 14, doing birthday party shows. I did an illusion show with my partner Jill Kennard for 11 years. And I've done mentalism for the last 15 years. And there's a moment when you can see the joy on the faces of your audience. And that is so fulfilling. That is so rich. That's an experience that you can't get anywhere else any other way. Joy. Why would you hire a mentalist? Because the people you invite to the show will leave that show with a sense of joy. What is the value of happiness or the value of delightful experiences? That's what we have to offer. That's what we have to offer. Number 3, magic and mentalism is a source of healing. I want to quote, now Tom Folden was actually speaking of the entertainment industry at large, but I think this very much applies to magic, magicians, and mentalists. He said, "It helps us cope. It allows us time to heal. It helps us forget for just a moment that we are struggling. It also gives us hope that we can bounce back and make a better life. It helps us feel human again. Without it, we would just fade away." Is it any wonder that the entertainment and the performing arts thrived even during times of Great Depression? Finally, and this is especially true of mentalism, it is a source of inspiration. It is a source of inspiration. It can inspire in the audience the belief that anything is possible. Listen, when I do mentalism, it's one thing to get an impression of someone's thought and share with them what the thought is. That's plenty thrilling. It's plenty wonderful. But what if the audience member could do that? How would you feel if I gave you the opportunity to stretch, to try, and you succeeded? Would it inspire you? I think maybe it would. Motivational speakers, good speakers inspire. Good speakers motivate. Mentalists do it in spades. So, if you're looking to hire someone for your next event, think about a mentalist. In fact, think about me. Give me a call. My links are below. My phone number's below. Give me a call. Let's talk about it.